There. No two, welcome in. How are you doing? Silk Song is tomorrow. That's exciting. Is it even on the Steam page? I don't see it. There's only 2 ads. Nice. Nice. We've got 2 minutes left, it says, of ads. So we're going to wait those out here before we continue on. But how you doing, No2? Welcome in. It has been so... feels so long. It feels like it's been months since last I streamed. It feels weird to stream, but I'm excited. This was one of the main things I was looking forward to coming back to. Still alive, surprisingly. Why surprisingly? Why wouldn't you be? Almost died trying to land full. What do you mean land full? What's land full? Or what is full and why are you landing it? Trying to land a full layout. Oh, okay. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. That I now see where the concern is from. Thank you. Get out. Get out. Sorry. I just got food. And I just had to shoo the dog out. Bismarck, welcome in. How's it going? Basically backflip with a 360 rotation. Yeah, that's terrifying. How do you even manage that? Like when you... One question I've always had, what food? Something simple. Mac and cheese and Spam. Pretty classic. When you're flipping and you're doing like a backflip with a 360, are you always cautious of where you are in the flip? Or are you just kind of like doing the motion and knowing how it's supposed to go and where you need to land? If that makes sense. Because like when I do a flip, I know I'm flipping and I know where I'm at in a flip. But once you start adding rotations to it, like 180, 360, stuff like that, I feel like it would get a little confusing as to where you're orientated, you know? Eldon, welcome in, welcome in. How you doing? Zaid, welcome in. How's everybody doing? I got to throw out an announcement to everybody. I'm just going to post an announcement. So just give me a quick sec to grab the link from YouTube, and then I'll re-chat. But I hope everybody's doing well. It's been so long since I've seen all y'all. It has felt... It feels really weird going so long without streaming. It was a little daunting. I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. Because, yeah, I just haven't done it in a while, you know? Publish that, and then I'm going to go shamelessly promote this in a couple different Discord channels that I'm in. Just because why not, you know? Like, I haven't streamed in two weeks. That's crazy for me. When I take one day off from streaming, I'm like, oh wow, like that feels really weird. So taking off 2 weeks is a little absurd in my opinion. But I will be the bearer of bad news right now and say that I plan on doing more trips to Japan. So this might become a regular, not, you know, daily type or weekly type deal, but maybe yearly. I'll have 2 weeks off. But we'll see. Maybe in the future I'll start streaming in Japan when I go, and be more comfortable with that type of content. That variant, Silksong tomorrow. True. Silksong today. Zaid, let's go. I'm assuming you're probably Euro time zone. Pan, you missed everything? What do you mean I missed everything? I kept up in the Discord, for the most part. Mostly a bunch of training before on trampoline, so you get to know how hard you have to twist. You have to pull your arms to the side instead of straight down. Yeah, that's interesting. Dublin, yeah, okay, yeah, I see. Redstone, Silksong. How was the flight back? Oh my god, Zaid. So the flight there was painful. So I don't know if anybody's aware. I think I might have talked a little bit about it before I left, but I had a 10-hour flight on the way there. But I had a 6-hour layover in the airport beforehand. So I was like up and I was awake at 6:30. No, like 5:40 my time. Got to the airport and everything, got checked in, and our flight left at 8, and we went to a different airport, and then at that airport we had the 6-hour layover, and then after the 6-hour layover we had a 10-hour flight to Narita, and then we landed the next day at like 5:30ish. So like, and I was awake the whole time. I could not sleep for the life of me. It sucked. Yo, Pan, now that you're back, should I post my pictures? Yeah, do it. I might get a day one. Good luck and have fun for everybody who's playing Silksong later today or tomorrow, depending on your time zone. I unfortunately don't think I will be. Just as get it out of the way. I've kind of stated before. I don't think I'll be playing it on release. Couple different reasons. Main one, my controller's still broken, and after spending a bunch of money in Japan, I'm not going to spend a bunch of money on a new one. I could maybe figure something out so I could play Silksong sooner than later. But I also think it would be kind of bad for my channel. I'm just going to do this for now. I think it'd be kind of bad for my channel because I'm a smaller channel and everyone's going to be playing Silksong tomorrow. So I'd just be getting drowned out amongst all the other channels playing Silksong, you know. So is next Monday Marble Monday 2 times. So I think we'll talk a bit about Japan and I'll see where I'm feeling today, because I do want to talk to you guys about my trip. I don't know if you guys care, but I do want to talk about my trip. And then after our talk about how everything is, we'll see where we're at with time, and see how I'm feeling. The last couple days I've been getting really tired around like 5, so I'm doing pretty good for where we're at right now, which is 6:30 for me. So we'll see. Maybe in like an hour and a half I'm just dead, you know. So yeah, if I'm still okay after I talk about Japan, we might just do Marble Monday now. Um, and then maybe end the stream early. We'll kind of see. We'll see how things kind of feel. So you'll just have to bear with me for a bit. One sec. Okay. Let me see what I missed in the chat here. Sha. Where should I post them in the Discord? Spam and memes works fine. Chat, will Silksong be on Switch tomorrow? I don't know if it's dropping tomorrow. Honestly, if you're looking for a smaller but still really cool game, look outside. It's fun. Oh, that's that horror one lap variant, right? It's like the cosmic horror one where you're not supposed to look outside and you're like trapped in like a big apartment complex, right? It's cool. Okay. I've seen a little bit on it. I wasn't fully drawn in by it. Its appeal, even though I like cosmic horror, it should be right up my alley. I don't know. Something about it. I'll have to play it and try it out to see how much I actually enjoy it. Recently beat Cuphead. Big ups. That's sweet. Cuphead is like pretty tough. I played through it. When it dropped, I got to the third aisle, and then I didn't quit because it was too hard. I know you guys will believe that I did, but I kind of just like waned off of it. Like I was like, meh, you know. It'd be fun to do on stream, I think, because it can be quite tough with the wrong boss pairing. I spent so much time though on Goopy Le Grand when I started because I didn't make the connection that pink is parryable on the first boss. So I was just like, wow, like this is taking me forever, and like some of his attacks I feel like I can't really do too much about. When he has the little pink question marks appear when he does his transition, I just didn't realize you could parry that, so I was just like a bit slower with stuff. And some of the later levels, I just didn't make that connection of pink is parry until like the third boss. Wasn't that bad? About 250 deaths for me. Yeah, that's pretty good. Welcome in, Cannoli. How's it going? How you been? Also, Latvarian, I think we're going to keep with the regular schedule of Terraria Monday, Fridays, and Inscription on the Wednesdays. So if we do play Look Outside, it probably won't be for a little while, but we'll see. I'd be down to try it out. Why is the screen black? I just don't have anything on it. I guess I could put something on it. Let me queue up my pictures folder for Japan. I kind of gotta like vet this though, because there's a lot of pictures in here that are just my girlfriend, and I just don't need to dox her right away, you know. I think she's mentioned that she doesn't really care too much about being spoiled, or sorry, like being shown on stream, in pictures and stuff, but still keep it respectful, you know. Let me just see where the pictures like truly start. I'm terrible. How about you? How was Japan? Well, we're going to talk about it in just a moment once I like see where to start these pictures from. Okay, yeah, I'll start from here. I think I sent this in the Discord. Let me see. I don't think I have any weird photos or anything, but I'm just double checking everything just in case, you know? You're never too sure. No, I think everything's normal. There's a couple goofy pictures, but we'll get to those when we get them. Send some Discord is being a dick, so it's not allowing me to send them all. Sometimes there's, yeah, that send limit. And this was your trip, right? Right, Eldon? I'll have to look at that later. Okay, let's get us swapped over here then to the main screen so you guys can see. You guys can see now? Perfect. Just wait for it. I'm just waiting for it on the stream relay. Okay, so this was our hotel room. It's very small, but this is like kind of the average room in Japan type deal. Like it's just a bed, little area behind this wall here. There, I should have took another photo, but there's not a lot going on. Behind that is a sink and a mini fridge. That's it. And then to the left here, off screen, was the door to the bathroom, and it was very tight. It was like, it was really tight. Japan is just really, everything's so tightly packed in Japan because it has to be. So if you're ever thinking of going to Japan, just be prepared to be a little claustrophobic. $20 on the sidewalk? Hell yeah. That's sweet. But yeah, so this was our room to start things off. This was our first week we stayed in this room. This is in Shinjuku. The exact hotel, if anybody likes the look of this, was Shinjuku. It was like apartment hotel Shinjuku. It's pretty like central. It's like 7-minute walk from like the actual nightlife area of Shinjuku, but that's not terrible. Like 7 minutes is pretty chill. But this is the obligatory Shibuya crossing picture. So as some of you have probably seen in like anime and stuff, there's a big crossing in Japan where everybody walks, and it's shown everywhere. And that's Shibuya. So this is the crossing. This was at like 9 a.m. before it actually got like really busy. Because in Japan, a lot of things don't open until 10. So a lot of people just weren't out and about at that point. Just little videos I took of walking through streets and stuff in the areas. Some of this stuff is just like pictures I'd take to send to friends. But yeah, just like pretty trees and whatnot. So there was a cool Digimon crossover with Sanrio. Sanrio is like Hello Kitty and stuff for those who don't know. So I took a picture of this because I was like, this is really cool. So I sent it to my Digimon friends. But yeah, just a little Digimon crossover. I'm the next Pirate King by Shanks. Straw hat, frying pan. So that was pretty cool. This was at the One Piece shop in Shibuya. So in Shibuya, they have a little One Piece shop in a building. And in there, they have this statue of Shanks with the straw hat. So I was like, that's kind of sweet. So I got a couple pictures with that. If you go to Japan, one thing I'll mention that's really fun to do, bring a book or buy a book there that's blank pages so you can do stamps at like pretty much every One Piece shop, or they're called Jump Shop, like Shonen Jump. At Jump Shops, they'll have stamps. And most of the time it is One Piece. Like even at the Jump Shops, it's One Piece, but especially at the One Piece stores. Those are just some Kirby's. The obligatory Mewtwo at the Pokemon Center in Shibuya. So if you don't know, there's a big... Japan has stores called Pokemon Centers. And they just sell only Pokemon merchandise. It's usually the best way to get Pokemon merchandise well in Japan. Plushies, toys, figures, a bunch of different stuff like that. So this was the Mewtwo sitting in the front. This is the one people like always take pictures with and always post on social media because it's kind of the most recognizable, because it's like Mewtwo in the cloning tank, which is like, it is really cool. It's a really bad video. I don't know why that one's so bad. But then in the same building, in the Parco is what it's called. They have, so as you can see here, this is the Jump Shop I was talking about. But it's not just One Piece. Like if you look in the background, you can see My Hero. Right here is some Haikyuu. This, I think, is My Hero. Kind of looks like it. Or it might just be some Jump stuff. But they do all the Shonen Jump stuff. So anything that's like a Shonen anime or manga is usually being like sold at this store. In the same building, same Parco, they had a Mother 3 shop. And I know Tomato Mation is a big fan of Mother, so I was like, okay, I'll take a couple pictures of that. And I was surprised more than anything to see a Mother shop, because there was a Nintendo store, the Pokemon Center, the Jump Shop. There was a Godzilla store. You'll probably see pictures for that in a moment. Capcom, Sega. So I was a little surprised to see the Mother shop, but I think it was just more of a pop-up shop than anything, which Japan has a ton of those. There'll be like big buildings, like big shopping outlets and stuff. And they usually have pop-ups. Like, that's what the Digimon and Sanrio crossover was. It was just a pop-up. I felt bad because I saw a guy, like, a couple days later in the same building, and I was like, oh, just a couple floors up, there's some Digimon Sanrio crossover stuff. And he's like, oh, cool, I'll check that out later. And then me and my girlfriend went up the stairs to that floor, and it was gone. It was just a pop-up, and we caught it on, like, the last day. So I just, like, told this guy about it, and I was like, ah, shit. Well, now I feel bad. But yeah, so here's the Godzilla. It's pretty big. Nice little Godzilla statue with like effects and stuff. That's me next to it. So like it's kind of big. For scale, 1'1". So this is like 2 feet almost. Pan about a shower. I know a huge surprise. See you later. Sounds good, Eldon. Thanks for joining us. Oh yeah, in the Sega shop they had the Yakuza 0, so of course I had to take a picture of that. And then in the floor, I know it's a really bad picture, but it was kind of a weird angle. I had to be like really zoomed out. But in the floor, they had this little like part where it's glass panes and you could walk over it, and it had the Sega logo in the floor, so that was pretty cool. That was my girlfriend. We'll just skip through those for now. JoJo Land was pretty cool. It just opened up. Like the week we were there, it just opened in that parko, so it was super busy. You had to make reservations to get in. But it kind of made sense why you had to make reservations. They have a whole cafe and a bunch of other different activities that like take time rather than just being like a store that you can go in and shop. So you had to make reservations. So I'm going to, next time I go to Japan, I'm definitely going to make sure I make a reservation for this. We might have still been able to. I just forgot to check. So that's mostly on me, but whatever. But yeah, the JoJo's here are like screens. These actually change their display, so I wanted to take a video of that in action, which I got a pretty good one. It shows all the main characters from JoJo's in order of their parts, so that's pretty cool. You got scoliosis? Did you actually? Oh, okay, this is a good look at the Pokemon centers. This is like the average stock at a Pokemon center. So this is just a picture of their shelves, but like, if you like any Pokemon, you can probably find a plushie for it at the Pokemon Center, which is really cool because like it's kind of hard to find plushies for like specific Pokemon if you've ever looked. Wooper, I might have a picture of some Wooper stuff. If not, I got a pretty cool thing I'll show off later. Getting my brace in 4 weeks. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope it helps. That's crazy. I'm pretty uneducated when it comes to like scoliosis, so excuse my ignorance on any questions I ask. Is it something that can be healed over time? I apologize. I just don't know much, you know. Like I know the brace will probably help with the condition, but I don't know if it could heal it. But yeah, more Pokemon plushies. So, and they're in order of like generation. So this is like Diamond Pearl generation, Gen 4. And then here you have Gen 5. But this one's a little out of order because like you have a bunch of Gen 5 Pokemon, then you have the starters. It's kind of a weird order. I got some packs. I ripped some packs. Okay, here's what I got. The Wooper thing I was going to show off. It's a deck box for cards, and it's Wooper and Quagsire themed. I think I sent this in the Discord when I got it, because it's kind of sweet, but no, it could just be stopped and not make it worse. Okay, well, that's at least good to hear. Those, I'm going to make a little video on those, so we're going to ignore that for now. Here's what the hotel looked like from the outside. So we were like up in one of these small little rooms. This is actually the stairwell. But we were like, I'm pretty sure we were facing that way to the left in the picture. But yeah, it was a really nice spot. I really enjoyed it. So I need to wear it until I stop growing. Yeah. So my girlfriend again. This one was cool, but kind of annoying. So we were in a place called Shinjuku. And I say it's annoying, but I'm also contributing to it. I know. They have this big screen with a cat, and it's kind of got like a 3D effect. Like the way that the thing's filmed, it makes the cat look like it's popping out of the screen. Sometimes it doesn't translate the best to video. But this was also just a poor example. Like, the cat wasn't trying to come out of the screen with this video example. He was just licking a mic, and then when he licked the mic, it, like, kind of, like, peaked. It was okay. But the problem was, this is also a crossing. This is right here. You see a bunch of people. This is the middle of the road. There's a sign. There's, like, a light here. See the light? Like, to say go or not. So the problem was, if you ever go to Japan, if you ever go to Shinjuku, always be aware of your surroundings. That's a big thing. Tip number 1, be aware of your surroundings. Because there's so many people just walking around. And if you're the person who stops in the middle of the road to take pictures and stuff, you're kind of an asshole. So, like, if you're ever going to take a video of this cat, stay off to the side until the stop line, like, stops. So you're not in the middle of the people walking. I know I'm kind of, but the road's not going. Like, it's still red. People weren't crossing the street. You can see the vehicle go across. So I was kind of in the clear. Don't want to get isekai. True. More so, you don't want to be a nuisance and give tourists a bad rep. Because, man, they've gotten a pretty bad rap so far in Japan. But yeah, like, the cat's cool and all, but there was quite a few people who were just, like, standing in the middle of the road to take videos while the cross light was on, and I was like, oh my god, just get out of the way. More in Shinjuku. If you go down this road here, see, it's kind of, like, angled, but if you go down alongside this building, it's a big road, and then that road will lead you here, which is another street crossing, but more importantly, it'll lead you down, like, Godzilla Road. So you can see Godzilla up here. So this is a big theater called Toho Cinemas, which, like, Godzilla is Toho, if I remember correctly. But yeah, like, I'm pretty sure every hour on the hour, he'll out a little roar, and it's just got a bunch of different stuff going on in the area, so it's pretty cool. Again, I was taking the picture while the stoplight was red, so I didn't cross. Another picture, a bit more zoomed in. And then this is us walking up to it. I thought it'd be cool to take a video from below to kind of show... Like, these pictures don't really do it justice for how big it is, but this video does a little bit. It's pretty big. The obligatory Sands and Papyrus. Dude, I played so many rhythm games that had Undertale songs or Deltarune songs, so it was pretty cool. It was like a little taste of home while I was away. It was nice. You guys saw that get turned into a meme. So there's this machine called Pokemon Frienda. Super cool. Big like money spend, big money spend, like big money dump, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. I'll just skip past it though. Right now, it doesn't really matter too much. Get the money spread. I like the slams from Dragon Quest, so I usually took pictures of them whenever I saw them. But yeah, this is all, again, the same night. We did a ton of stuff. Gigos, if you ever go to Japan, go to a Gigo. Gigos are sweet. They're just big arcades. They have a bunch of stuff going on there. Go to a Gigo. But yeah, so in the same kind of area, they just had, like, a street festival, which was really cool. We went during kind of, like, festival season. We didn't go peak festival season, but we went kind of when they were ongoing. So we'd catch the odd festival, but it wasn't like the festivals were happening, 24/7. Sorry for the Garu jump scares. I'm just kind of getting the YouTube vertical chat set up. There we go. So yeah, there was just a festival going on, which was pretty cool because, like, it doesn't really happen back here that much, or at least I'm not in the city enough for it to happen. Spammo, thank you for the resub. Thank you. This guy still streams. That's crazy. I know. I've heard he's washed up. Thank you so much for the resub at 9 months. Thank you for the hydrate, Redstone. But welcome in, Spammo. I hope you're doing well. I haven't really talked to you yet. Oh yeah, there was this cutout. This was in the middle of a corner. We were just looking for different, like, arcade machines, and this was tucked away in a corner. So I was like, oh, I gotta recreate the pose. You gotta get a picture of me. So that's why I look like a goofball. Oh yeah. Here you go. This was one of the machines that had Deltarune songs on it, but if you look closer, it's got, like, pretty much every major fight theme song. From Undertale, they also had Megalovania. They had Toriel's theme as well. So that was really cool. Bye, chat. I have to go. Sounds good, Redstone. Thanks so much for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful night. Hopefully we see you on the Wednesday or the Friday. Sorry, I was eating. So this machine was really cool. This became my main rhythm game that I played. Let me go back to the start here. So the button layout is wild. You had 4 buttons, 4 big square buttons. Below my hands, you can't really see it. My big meaty hands are blocking it. But there was 2 wide orange buttons. So that's what this orange is here. But then you'll also notice on the control scheme, you have this, and this says volume. And you're like, what do you mean volume? What? These are dials to control when the dials come up. So in the song, you'll get a warning. It'll say left, and then I have to spin that dial. So this is like, it's got 3 different controls. I've never really seen a rhythm game like this. It was crazy. And then one of the other cool parts about the rhythm game, in my opinion, was that when you're pressing these buttons, it's not just like you're hitting notes. You're remixing the song as you're doing it. So the volume it isn't like making the song louder or quieter when you're turning the volumes. It's more like giving it like a reverb. And then these orange ones would be like a record scratch. So let me see if I can like... Yeah, okay, let me turn my music off here for a sec on YouTube here. But like if you know the world revolving, just listen to this and see how the game remixes it. So DJ Hero basically, yeah. But okay, so you can hear it. So it's like a record scratch on the orange parts, which is really cool. And I really like that. So yeah, I enjoyed this game quite a bit. I played a lot of this game. I played a bunch of different arcade games though. They had an initial D racing game that I sunk a lot of hours into. And they also had what's called Taiko. I don't know if any of you are familiar with it, but it's the drums. So I probably have a video showing that off. YouTube poop sounding machine. True. Don't touch that dial. Now I have to go. Sounds good, Red. Thanks for joining us. It's TV time. Chris, 9/11. But yeah, so that was a pretty cool game. I just took a picture of like how I did. Now, this is a game my girlfriend played. She's been to Japan before, so she's sunk tons of hours into this game. So at the start here, what I'm showing off is the sensor. So with this game, you have to physically raise your hands off of the like tiles to hit notes sometimes. So when you're playing, it's like the piano tiles. My girlfriend's pretty good at this game. Humble brag. But yeah, you'll have notes where you have to physically raise your hands off the machine like that. And it's super cool to like watch somebody who's good. Like, look at that. It just looks satisfying. And sometimes you have to raise your hand to hit a note, but then you have to keep it in the air and hit notes in the air. Like here, you'll see on the right there. See how it's like a line? She has to hit that note midair. It's pretty sweet. Your nails look cute in the vid. They're not my nails. These are mine. I'm much worse at this game. I could not get the timing down. It felt really weird to hit the timing on this one. That's just me personally. But I tried this game and I suck at it. That's why I also didn't play it, because I suck at it. Anyways, at the festival that was going on outside, they had fries, American long potatoes. So for all my Americans out there. And then, I don't know if some of you know, I don't know if some of you know, but Japan has a lot of different like sewer tops, like sewer caps that tend to be different. So this was the one by the Godzilla head outside of that theater. It's Godzilla, Mothra, and Batra, which is really cool. I like that one. I didn't take a picture of every single one of them. I just took pictures of the ones that I thought looked cool. I'm just going to skip ahead to pictures for the next day of me, not my girlfriend. Is American size in Japan like an American medium? I feel like their mediums were a lot smaller than North American mediums, which was kind of nice. Were there flukes in there? No. So here's my girlfriend just taking pictures of me setting up the Pokemon money spread. Because I played the game a bit more and I got a lot more tags. So enjoy with that picture. Do with that what you will. But yeah, then we went to like a little thrift store. So this is now day 2. That was my fit for day 2. That was me getting ready for day 2. I had the bucket hat on like every day. because the sun is hot and in your face. So we went into like a little thrift store, but like it was like a thrift store for like figures and like anime items and stuff. I want some Yu-Gi-Oh cards from Japan. Cannoli, there's a really cool crossover right now where if you buy like 5 different packs of Haichu, you can get Japan specific alt arts of cards. I was gonna get the Karibo, and then I was like, meh. Did I watch the Silk Song reveal trailer? Not really. I know the game got announced, but but yeah, I just took a picture because it's Uma Musume. And then on our way to a shrine, we just saw this Spider-Man perch, but he's like in a corner. Like you walk past this place and then you have to like turn around to see him in a corner. I just thought it was really funny. This is just videos of like how loud the cicadas are there. It's outrageous. They're so unbelievably loud. Bro ain't watching Over the City at all. I know! Bro's watching a wall. So this is the entrance to a shrine called Meiji Jingu. Probably the coolest shrine I went to while I was there. It's also probably the biggest. This is just one of the entrances. There's like 3. But it's got a big gate. I believe they're called Tori gates, which Tori just translates to gate. So gate. Goofy. My girlfriend just wanted some pictures in front of it. We'll skip past those. But it was really cool because like the whole thing is a big long walk with like a canopy of trees. So like if you look up, this is just what you see. Pretty cool. And the cicadas, of course, are like all around this area too. So like you just hear it everywhere you go. But it's pretty sweet. There's my girlfriend again. This leads you up to the shrine. You see people bowing there. But yeah, that gate leads you up to the shrine. So you walk up this path through that door. And through that door, you basically, this is what you would see. One sec. Okay. But yeah, so like it's a really nice shrine, really nice spot. If you go to Japan, I recommend checking out Meiji Jingu just because it's one of the best looking shrines, biggest shrines. There's not really another shrine like it. So it's your, like, if you want to see this, Meiji Jingu's your best bet. Just walking to the area as well. Like, I just saw this nice little photo op, so I took a picture. This was just a park near Meiji Jingu. I was just, okay, there you go. I was just recording how loud the cicadas were there. And if you've never seen a cicada, that's what they look like. They're quite big. That's them next to a shoe. There's 2 of them, as you can see, but they're pretty big. Nice little photo op of the city when it was kind of getting close to dusk there. This is the alleyway to our hotel room at night. So again, nice little photo op. You have cicadas in your tree? Oof. This was a nice little butterfly we saw. It's actually quite big, too. It was in a stairwell. Unfortunately, it died. I'm pretty sure it died from the heat because it was not moving. But that's it next to a hand. Like, it's quite big. That's the karaoke video. Fun fact, I'm a fraud. I made the karaoke joke, or sorry, like I recorded myself making the karaoke joke, or my girlfriend recorded me. She made the joke originally, like the night before when we saw this. We were just like walking around. She saw this, turns to me, say, "Do you think they got karaoke?" And I was like, "Okay, well, we need to film me saying that." So I'm a fraud. My girlfriend's funnier than me. Just get that out of the way. They didn't have karaoke. I don't know. We never went in. They might not have. Then we went to a nice little burger spot, and they had on the knives and forks little cicadas, which I thought was cute. Do Japanese cicadas compare to NC cicadas? I have no idea. I know they come out of the ground every 17 years to scream and die, so that's fun. Karaoke stream. When I go back to Japan, So I think my next trip, I'm going with my 2 friends, not my girlfriend. So we'll see what we do. Maybe I'll talk to them if they're comfortable about being on stream, and maybe I'll do a couple streams in Japan. Maybe one of them will be karaoke. I know my girlfriend likes karaoke, so she'd probably be okay to do a karaoke stream. I'm just seeing for her reaction. She said yes. So when me and my girlfriend go back, we'll probably do a karaoke stream. But I think the next time I go, is going to be with my friends first. NC cicadas are so loud. They are on most of the time. They're huge, dude. Cicadas are big. Do they have bagged milk down there? Not really. It was more so cartoned. Cicadas in O-Block suck. I got mugged by one. Okay. Anyways, this is a record store. It's called Tower Records. They have a bunch of different stuff, and they had a bunch of different like anime and game soundtracks. So this is, I took a picture of this to send to my friend. It's called Fooly Cooly. I was like, hey, do you want this? So I took a picture of that. This one, Dokkan Battle, the 10th anniversary soundtrack. I was a little surprised that not only did the Dokkan Battle 10th anniversary get a soundtrack, but it was $99. $99. A little wild. One I thought was cool. Jet Set Radio. $32 isn't bad. Can you watch the Silk Song trailer I sent it in the Discord? Maybe later. Maybe later. Right now, I want to talk about my Japan trip, you know? Metal Gear Solid soundtrack was just goofy. They had a Metal Gear Solid, like, pop-up shop. I was going back to see what this is. This is just, I think, a bunch of juices. It might be crackers. I can't remember. It might be wet wipes. I can't remember. But they're all just One Piece themed. So I just took a little video of that. Lots of One Piece stuff going on, which was nice to see as a big One Piece head. But yeah, the Metal Gear pop-up shop was pretty cool. So you just, like, they just sold standees for each of these different characters. So you could buy those. You could buy the metal keycard sets, which I thought was pretty cool. You could get the metal box. And then, yeah, they just had a bunch of different Metal Gear merch. I .5 Snake. At the Nintendo shop, they have a bunch of different Kirby's. And there was one Mark's puppet. And he was just looking up from the shelves. I thought that was just goofy. Me and some of my friends were watching the original Scream, and when Matthew Lillard's character got killed by the CRTV, my friend yelled, "Go, Tenna." That's funny. Klondike, welcome in. How's it going? DK. They had quite a bit of DK merch to promote the new game. This plush looks so funny. I was so tempted to buy a Switch 2 while I was there, guys. In Canada right now, the average cost of a Switch 2 is like $640, $650 with no game. If you buy it with Mario Kart World, it's like $720 or something like that. In Japan, I think that like the cheapest option for a Switch 2 was like $480. So I was like, should I do it? But the whole system would be in Japanese, and I didn't really look into it too much, but I'm wondering if I could even switch it to English. $650 for a console with no games, a little insane. $720 for a console with games, a little insane. So this was back in the Nintendo store. This is, again, the building called the Parco. So we went here on days like 1 and 2, I think. Might have been 1 and 3. I think it was 3. On our third day, we went back to the Parco. So this is just a picture from like high up on the Parco of just like some of these buildings. Just to show for scale like how tall Japan builds their buildings. Because like Japan doesn't use their space width-wise. Like in North America, a lot of my viewers are North American. A lot of the space we use is like width-wise. We don't go tall, we go wide. You look at all the houses, look at all that stuff. It's all wide, but everything in Japan is tall. They shrink as much space into one area, and then they go up, 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 up. So like right now, I'm on like I think like the 6th floor of the Parco. It might have been the 8th. But like you have these other buildings like very commonly matching the height, exceeding it sometimes with buildings in the back here, or sometimes being a little bit smaller. So kind of crazy. This is just a alleyway. I believe it's called golden guy. And basically on the right-hand side here, these are all just little ramen shops that sit like 3, 4, 5 people. That's it. Very small ramen shops or bars or whatever. But pretty cool experience. My girlfriend just wanted pictures there, which valid. Whoops. I thought I was going back to a picture like this. So this is day 4. We went to a temple called Sensoji. I did not give a shit about Sensoji. Sensoji is like the tourist shrine. So this is the entrance. Very cool, very big. Don't get me wrong. I did like that. But then once you get past this entrance, it's just a big ass line of people and little market stalls. Is that me in the bottom left? Where? Here? What? Here? Bottom right? Buzzer, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I didn't really like when things were overcrowded like this personally. I know I'm contributing to the problem. I get it. But yeah, so I didn't much care for Sensoji Shrine. It did aesthetically look really cool. If it was less crowded, it'd probably be more enjoyable for me. But the other thing too is it's very like central in the city. I liked Meiji Jingu because like when you go there, it felt like its own thing. But this shrine just feels like a part of the touristy area of the city. So that's like meh. But it was a cool shrine. Don't get me wrong. I just didn't like how like overcrowded it was. And then of course, once you get up to here at the actual top here, it's like a proper shrine where you just like throw in your money and say your prayers. So we went to some other shrines around the area. And visited those, and they were a lot quieter. And we stuck out like sore thumbs because there was no tourists there and like max 3 Japanese people. And they were quite small. So we kind of like looked around and we're like, okay, let's get out of here. So we decided to walk to a little park that was by a riverbank. And on the way to the walk, I just got another picture, just scenic. It's just a lot of these buildings and a lot of the architecture in Japan is so different from what we have here. So I just like capturing that. Why do the gods need money for your prayers? Aren't they kind of above all that? I mean, it's good fortune, you know. But this is the river we made our way to. So that was a bad video, so I retook it. And that one's a bad video, so then I retook it. But, so we're just sitting by this park, and then me and my girlfriend spot this big thing, which we're like, what is that? So we looked it up, and it's the Tokyo Sky Tree. So we're like, let's just go there. So we decided to walk across the bridge at the start here and walk all the way down the street. It was probably like a 15-minute walk from where we were at, maybe 20-minute walk from where we were at to get to the base of the Sky Tree. This thing was huge. So this is probably about 5-minute walk away was when this picture was taken. This cameraman can die. Okay. Not the greatest camera guy. It was windy. Okay. Chill out. So one thing that was really cool about the Sky Tree is it's like a big Space Needle tower built on top of a shopping mall. Fuecoco Peak. True. So in the Sky Tree shopping mall, they had a Pokemon Center. This was probably one of my favorite. If you're going to go to Japan, go to the Sky Tree Pokemon Center. It's a lot less busy than the Shibuya one. With like just as big selection. Most of them are just as big as the Shibuya one. I only went to about 4. But this one felt a lot more open. Like its floor plan felt better, which was nice. But usually every Pokemon Center had the current generation starters, which was Gen 9 Paldea. So, and really good lighting. So I snapped a picture of those. And again, they have all of the plushies for like every Pokemon you could want. My friend likes Rayuniclus, so I just snapped a picture. Here's me with the Mega Rayquaza that's like breaking through the ceiling, which was kind of sweet. Shiny Mega Rayquaza. Mudkip. I 0.5'd his ass because kind of funny. Oh, yes. So in the Skytree Mall, right across the street from the Pokemon Center, they have the Kirby Cafe store. So, you know, we got to get pictures with Kirby. And they just had a bunch of different stuff. So this was like an actual soundtrack you could buy is The Sound of Kirby Cafe, which is like just songs from Kirby games that are remade to be cafe aesthetic. Why would you edit the photos to hide your true height? Kirby goated. Okay, you guys are gonna be excited for these next pictures then. Guys, yapping about a place. Welcome in, CC Man. I hope you're doing well. So yeah, I snapped this pic because I thought it was a nice little one. You get Kirby, Waddle Dee, the Kirby Cafe, the store, and that little hand-drawn picture, which is really nice. Now, at the Skytree, you have this Kirby Cafe store. So you might be thinking about the Kirby Cafe itself. Well, a floor up in the Skytree and outside is the actual Kirby Cafe that you can go to. 0.5 is ass. Let's go. So we'll get to the Kirby Cafe in a moment. But yeah, they had Spider-Man Day. We just missed it, sadly, but they had some pretty cool stuff. So here's me with Miles Morales. And we 0.5 his ass. We 0.5'd everything. This was crazy. This was crazy to me, in my opinion. It's a really well done piece. I'm not saying the piece is bad or anything. I just think it's a little crazy to capture the moment that Gwen Stacy dies and like snaps her back. So this is a little wild in my opinion. Renab, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. This one was really cool. The Amazing Fantasy introducing Spider-Man, like OG original comic. I don't think this is, you know, the first ever comic ever printed, but this is like a first edition of the first comic, so that's pretty sweet. Again, Jump Shop. They have them everywhere. So this is Gear 2 Luffy. Well, wouldn't really be Gear 2. But I was like, oh, should I do the super pose? So I did the super pose. I didn't realize you could see my armpit hair. That's nasty. 0.5 Luffy. This is cool. This is the done. So, like, you see this everywhere in One Piece. Done. Here's the Skytree from, like, the base. Like, we're outside the building right by the Skytree. So that's, like, pretty much as close to the Skytree as you can get without going up it. And here's, like, outside. They had a big patio area, and they were actually setting up for, like, a beer festival, which was really cool. You'll see some pictures on that later. But, yeah, it was pretty big. So Kirby Cafe again. So there's me next to Kirby and Waddle Dee. Pretty sweet. Why would you say that Dawn is romantic? I don't know. Kirby Cafe, more Kirby Cafe. So we got in to the Kirby Cafe, surprisingly. We were there at like, I want to say like 4:30ish. And we made a reservation for like 4:50, and we were able to get in somehow. Usually I feel like this would be a lot more booked up. But no, we got in, which was pretty sweet. That is not what I typed. Okay. So this is Wispy, you know, and it was summertime. So Wispy's got the shades on with the flower necklace, which was sweet. And like at the base of Wispy was a bunch of different stuff, like this Kirby stuff. At the start to the cafe, there's this big plate, Kirby and Waddle Dee, and you can get your picture taken. The menus are all Kirby themed. Everything's Kirby themed. Kirby sucking on Waddle Dee's fried balls. A little wild, if you ask me. You can get pizzas, and they're on Kirby like wood boards, and it makes it look like Kirby's eating the pizza. The Kirby burger, which is pretty cute. They had desserts like Meta Knight's chocolate parfait and Kirby's fluffy pancakes, which we got, so you'll see those in a moment. That's me with like the background of the Kirby Cafe. I'm gonna make this into a reel to like properly show off stuff, so stay tuned for that. Here's the 0.5 of my ass. Whoever said, yeah, Spammo, where's the 0.5 of me? There you go, buddy. There's my girlfriend. We'll skip past those. Okay, I'm sorry. She's laughing at them, so that's good. Did you eat Kirby? I ate Kirby's pizza, so. Who's Waddle Dee? How dare you? But yeah, so we put our order in, then I got up and started walking around. Got some pictures of all the stuff like around the cafe. And then yeah, so I got the pizza, margarita pizza. My girlfriend got the Chef Kawasaki curry, which is sweet because Chef Kawasaki has a little place in my heart. He was like the placeholder I used for the frying pan account because I didn't have my own little image always, so I used Chef Kawasaki as my chef, so it was pretty sweet. Almost like blood went to Jeff Han or something. What the hell? So there's our dinners, and then my girlfriend got like the green apple, or it was like green greens apple or some shit. Green apple greens, I forget the name. Drink, which was pretty cool. Okay. I'm sorry, I don't know why you have that one. So my girlfriend got the Kirby pancake. So it was like strawberry ice cream on top of a little pancake and then some fruit and stuff. So she got that. We got coasters for our drinks. We both got different ones. And then I got the Meta Knight parfait. And then she killed Kirby. She killed him. Look at him. Look at him slowly shrink. He used to be so full of life. So sad. No, Kirby. Okay, give me a second here, Klondike. There we go. It should be loading. There we go. Greened out. They have Garu at the Kirby Cafe. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. But yeah, so like they just had a bunch of different stuff. Like this was cool. It's like those blackboards with everything written down in chalk. For all the Kirby items and stuff, which was really cool. I don't think this is actually chalk. I think this is just a static like wall piece. But yeah, it was pretty cool to see. Jason, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the hydrate, Klondike. But yeah, man, everything about the Kirby Cafe was so cool, so cute. Chef Kawasaki, we serve fresh and tasty dishes. And just Kirby's everywhere, obviously. Look at that. An army of 5 Kirbys. A better picture of the Kirby and the Waddle Dee at the front where the sun isn't kind of ruining it. This is what the restaurant kind of looks like in full. My girlfriend with them. And then once you finish your time at the Kirby Cafe, you exit through a little gift shop area. So they just have a ton of Kirby themed stuff, which is really cool. Is everybody doing good today? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Let me ask as well. Let the streamer do his job. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope you all had a good 2 weeks when I was gone. Hopefully, it's good that I'm back. You know, not that. Whatever. Let me see what this is saying. Wispy and Shades wasn't powerful enough to keep me happy. Know that Kirby's gone now. It's just a cafe. If you guys ever go to Japan, I 100% recommend you get the chance to go to the Kirby Cafe. Again, this is the Kirby Cafe at the Tokyo Skytree. Don't be a fool like me and make your reservation while you're there because there might be a chance you don't actually get in. Make sure you make it in advance, but I 100% recommend the food. Honestly, this was probably one of the best things I ate on my whole trip was the food here. It was delicious, super cute. It was awesome. And yeah, they just have a bunch of different stuff. I had to get a picture of the Chef Kawasaki certificate, which is super cool. And yeah, they just have Kirby stuff everywhere. The old school Kirby, the little Chef Kawasaki. Here's the Sky Tower. Like, I think this was as close as we could get without going up type deal. Also bad because you didn't pay me for 2 weeks to watch your streams. Okay, I'm not paying you. Okay, I had to get a picture. I was carrying around a poster all day of Sanji because it was they did like monthly posters and this month was Sanji, which was perfect. My favorite One Piece character, so I picked that up. So at the Skytree, we went to an aquarium. Now, I don't know everybody's opinion on aquariums. I know a lot of people say they're inhumane. This is my first time ever going to an aquarium. It was pretty cool. I will say a lot of the tanks felt a little small for the amount of fish that they held. But if you don't care for aquariums, we're going to be going through a lot of pictures and videos here. So just be prepared. Because there was a lot at this aquarium. So I just took videos of pretty much all the fish, all the fauna and flora that they had in these tanks. It was cool to see. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, once we get to the bigger stuff, you'll see what I mean about, like, small tanks. Like, these are just kind of normal fish tanks. They had jellyfish. The jellyfish were so pretty. Very gorgeous. Love to see the jellyfish. They had lots of jellyfish as well. Like, lots and lots of jellyfish. Tanks among tanks among tanks of jellyfish. But these ones, these tanks were where it started to get a little small. This is pretty much like the whole tank. It's really small. Really, really small loops. This guy is big at... Reminds me of the jellyfish from Risk of Rain 2. Honestly, now that I look at these, it's probably based on them. This was cool. This was a huge pool of just jellyfish. And you can go on a little walkway above it. So that was pretty cool. This is where it got a little small, in my opinion. They had this big tube in the middle of, like, the main room. And in the tube was, like, technically a lot of space. But with all the coral and all the other fish, it felt like it would probably be pretty cluttered. But it was pretty cool to look at. I'm not going to lie. Lots of fish in here. And then as you'll see later on, we actually found out that there was a shark in here. And you see it here. I don't point it out in the video that well, but that's a manta ray on the rock. There's actually 2 manta rays in the tank. So there's like a tiger shark, I think. There it is. And 2 manta rays. So you'll see, I got a video of it swimming around later on. But here's where it gets tight. They had so many fucking penguins. So many. I don't feel like they had enough space for these penguins. Just with how many they had. If they had less penguins, I think it would have been fine. I heard that Japan's pretty bad when it comes to treating animals and their touristy things. Yeah. I've not heard good things. I won't lie. Did you see a sea sheep? No, I don't think so. Good luck to you. What's Chasen doing? What are you doing, Chasen? Oh, wishing Klondike good luck. So it's just a good luck loop, I see. So here's the video of the manta ray swimming around. Really quite magical, I'm not gonna lie. I like how they just glide in the water. It looks very cool. And again, another video of the shark, a little bit better. This one's kind of cool because you get to see the shark come into light here. I'm happy with that video. That one's good. Call me crazy, bro, but I really like it when fish swim in water, man. But I like it when fish look good in water, man, you know? like look at the way he's just gliding. And then, yeah, the bigger manta ray on the rock. Whenever he'd move and, like, readjust, he was big. Cousin's birthday's tomorrow, so my cousin gets to share a birthday with Silksong. That's pretty sweet. My girlfriend, Skip. Chat message of the stream. True. Did you pin it? You did. So then they had these little tanks upstairs that had a bunch of different, like, coral and fish in it. Starfish. And then they had these guys. My girlfriend loved these. These are like ground eels or something. I forgot the name of them. But they just sit in the water and they just flow. And they like duck in and out and just flow with the water. But yeah, that's a picture of like kind of how big these tanks were. And then they had this big ass fish. Reminded me of like Relicanth from Pokemon. That's water? Yeah, they're in water right here. And then I got the pufferfish. Dude, this pufferfish was so derpy. He was hilarious. I was like talking to him. I was like, "What's up, bro?" And he was just... He liked me. He kept bumping in. You see? I was like, "What's up, dude?" And he kept bumping into the wall. He wanted to kiss me. Look at him. You were talking to the fish. Aquaman over here, dude. Look, I was talking to him and he tried to kiss me. Mystic, welcome in. That was a Wiglet? True, that's what Wiglets are probably based off of. You're right. Cousin said he'd pay the extra like $2 tax since I can only pay for games using gift cards, so I'm going to give him the gift card. He's going to give me Silksong. Pog chasing, that's sweet. I be Probot. Why are you making me stretch? I can't do it right now because my girlfriend's in the room, so I'll do it when she leaves, okay? But I promise we'll redeem it. Yeah. Okay. Why you want to kiss the fish, bro? Are you the deep? No. Did I get hit? I feel like I got hit by something. I'm tweaking. We're going to be having ads in about 20 seconds, just as a heads up. So I'll probably pause what I'm talking about with everything before, and then we'll get back into it. Looking like Kanye West with the fish allegations. I'm losing my mind learning Unity. How so? Me and my cousins almost beat E1 in Risk of Rain 2. We got swarmed by brass contraptions. What's E1? They had a bunch of turtles at this place. The turtles were pretty chill. These are the penguins. They were swimming around in their area. They had such a big space for like how small penguins are, but there were so many of them. I tried to get like a decent view of how much space they had. They had quite a bit, but there's so look how many there are on the rock. What do you think fish is a food group? Unrelated question. They're okay. I don't really like eating fish. They had sea lions as well. So this is the sea lion. He was just doing like laps in this little area. Seal or sea lion. I can't remember if it was a sea lion or a seal. But this one felt bad because there was 4 of them. There was 4 of them. So there's this one on the rock. And then there's like 2 more off screen here. And then another one swimming around. There was 4 of them for such a small area. It was crazy. Here's some of the penguins up close. Frogs are fish, right? No. Okay, it looks like we do have ads, so I'm going to pause here. And then we'll resume once ads are finished. Gonna turn that music down a bit. A little loud. I was thinking of an idea where at the end of an aquarium you could eat fish. Wild idea. Goated idea. Give me a sec. I just put meat in my mouth. Okay, I will. I will stretch when we come back. You put what in your mouth? Don't worry about it. Or I mean, Sheila, by the way, you owe someone to get up and stretch. Stretch. God, I hate Twitch ads when I'm like into it. That's not cannoli. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's cannoli. I also forgot I was doing my screen. My screen. Technically, it's Bakura. I forget some of you guys can see it. I haven't streamed in so long, dude. I don't know what I'm doing. Some weird looking cannoli, if you ask me. True. Dude, streaming's so weird. I totally forgot how to do it. I was so nervous to do it. I was excited to do it, but I was nervous at the same time because it's been two weeks, almost pretty much 2.5 weeks of no streaming. So I'm like rusty. I'm out of practice. So I was pretty nervous to start streaming today. I was gonna do it regardless. I wasn't gonna be like, oh, I don't know if I could. I was just like, oh, this is gonna be interesting. I feel like I'm doing okay, if I may toot my own horn. Bad guys getting dessert. I mean, it was ad break anyway, so you're all good. We're going to be getting back into it in just a moment. Perfect. Ad should be done now. So let's get back into this. So I was trying to record the penguins underwater because there was a part of the aquarium. It was big and open. And you could actually like stand in front of the tank. Like if I go back here, you can kind of see the area. Yeah, right here. You can stand here, like there's some steps to go down, and then you can stand in front of the tank and see them like underwater, which was pretty cool. So you got to see the penguins up close and personal. And then there was a bunch of different stuff, like they had crabs and turtles. The turtles were making me freak out, dude. These turtles, so there's 2 of them. There's this one, and then in the tank beside it, there's this one. They like kept getting stuck under rocks. And like I was like, oh shit, they might die. They might drown, because turtles need to breathe air, right? And like this guy, he was stuck, and he started to panic a little bit. You could tell, because he was just trying to get out. And then he was like, okay, really trying to get out. Really trying to get out. And then he got out. And he was chill. I was like, okay. Here's another video of the main tank with the shark in it. So you can see this tank from above on the 2nd floor. Or you can see it kind of from below on the ground floor type deal. So this shark just kind of kept doing laps at the same like level. There's that like look how big that manta ray is. It's actually huge. So you can see that. And then there was, yeah, so it was an interesting little area. You had to like duck your head in, but you could see the sea lions or seals, whatever they're called. And this guy was just doing laps. He was just putting in work. Bug-eyed fish. More bug-eyed fish. Dumb turtle. They got like 2 square feet of tank space. How would they be unfamiliar with that space? I don't know, dude. My girlfriend. Whoops. This was cool. This was really cool, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys give a shit or anything. How do I rotate this? Okay. Well, anyways, this was really cool because it was like a relationship map. So at the very bottom, they tell you how the penguins are related to each other. And then you could see here, like, this penguin loves this penguin. And this penguin doesn't love that penguin. It was a whole thing. So it was kind of cool to see. Pan did fight a mantis shrimp. I did not. I did get my ass kicked. Sorry to go so soon, but I'm probably going to play some Risk of Rain 2 or something. Have fun, everybody. I'll try to stop again next stream or so. Sorry for typing so much. Hey, don't apologize for chatting. I appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the night. Thank you so much for joining. Good luck with the Risk of Rain 2 runs. So with that main tank with the shark, there was an area you could go to behind, and then there was little portholes, and you could look through the portholes and get pictures of the fish. So I got a quick little picture of the shark. Here's that big manta ray. I tried to film him as he was moving. He like shuffled around on the rock, and I just caught him as he was finishing. So I was like, shit. But here's another image through the porthole. I was just getting fish, and then I think one like gets right in the way. I can't remember what this video is. I think one comes, yeah, right in front of me. I was like, okay, buddy. There's the manta ray moving. Man, it looks so cool. So I just shifted on the rock a bit. More penguins in the tanks. We just did a couple laps of the place. Here's all the sea lions. Again, they just look too big for this small of a space. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 of them. Like, the space just so small for them. And then the penguins get a huge space. The penguins border the sea lion area. Spray the manta ray with some water to split into more. Beware of its electric goo. True. Yeah, that's tiny. Yeah, that one, like, the penguins have a... I can justify their area being so big, but this is a pretty tiny area. I feel like maybe they switched for the time being. I have no idea. But then that area would be way too tiny for that many penguins, so I don't know. More penguins. They just chilling. So that was most of the Sky Tree. That was all in one... like evening, really. The Kirby Cafe, the Pokemon Center, the aquarium. I don't know why that video is so stuttery, but this was kind of like the city skyline from the Sky Tree area. And at night, the Sky Tree gets lit up, so it was very pretty. And by the aquarium, they had these like outdoor camping, glamping areas. I don't know how it really worked. It seemed like you rented out one of these tents, and then they came with like a grill and stuff. So just more pictures of my girlfriend with the Sky Tree in the background. And then we had to run from the Sky Tree area across the bridge back to where we kind of were at that one shrine I was showing off earlier. So that's the Sky Tree from across the bridge lit up. Because we had an appointment to get to. What is this appointment, you might ask? Sumo matches. Oh my god, was this one of the coolest things I've ever seen. we watched them sumo wrestle, and they showed us ways to win. So one of the ways to win is pulling off the belt. So these two guys are retired sumo wrestlers, and they just did a couple exhibition matches just to show us what sumo is actually like, what they kind of eat, how the matches go. So this might be one of their actual matches. I can't remember. We had to cheer on our guys. We had Asa Zakura. He was on our side. Here we go. Here they go. So they're like actually kind of fighting here. I don't know if these are staged. If they like try and actually win against their opponent, I'd have to assume they're trying to win. But it's also probably staged. But yeah, so they fought each other multiple different times. I wish I knew how to rotate shit in this viewer. But like they look like they're trying. And then he just picks him up. That was pretty sweet. And then before each round, they throw salt into the ring to like purify the ring. And they gave us, they had little buckets where you could grab a handful of salt from. So we're supposed to, let me get the audio bar. Here we go. So yeah, you can see the bowl that he's got there. And then this poor girl, he just like started piling on the salt into her hand. Look at that. Look at how much salt he just gave her. He made like a mountain of salt. Insane. So she just has this mountain of salt. And then we all throw it into the circle here. I don't know if I got it in this video. I want that freaking bar to come up. Where is it? There we go. There we go. So yeah, then we all just throw it in, purify the ring. It's like good luck and stuff. So then we watched them do their final fight, and then they did something pretty darn cool. So if you go to this is Asakusa Sumo Club, and they do shows. So if you go to Japan and you want to do this, that's the name of the thing. But the reason you might want to do it is because this is me. They give you a big sumo outfit, and you can actually challenge the sumo fighters. So that's me right there in the outfit. There's 8 of us total, and we got to fight the sumo wrestlers. So this is me, and they're like, okay, where are you from? Who do you want to fight? So since this guy here off to the left, Asa Zakura, was like our sumo guy when they did their matches, I'm gonna fight Asa Nishiki, which is the bigger guy. And I also thought it would be cool to fight Asa Nishiki because he's a lot bigger. So one sec here. Bro, is it bad that you kind of look like my game dev teacher? I don't know. Is your game dev teacher ugly? I don't know. Pan got his ass beat. Well, you guys will see. I'm going to turn this into a little reel as well, of course, because I think it'd be fun to do. But yeah, so we got the face off. Now let me explain the thought process after the match. I'll let you guys just watch. And then he dunks me. So they tell you to get your arms on the like the band. And the guy backstage, he told us to like unravel it, but I didn't want to unravel it. I wanted to try and push him. So I tried to put my arms on his band, but he was smart. He got under my armpits. And then so I get his band there, and then I'm trying to get it on my left side so I can push him by his waist, right? But then I can't really get it. So I'm holding on with my right arm. I can't really get it with my left. I have him pushing my armpit up so I can't get down to get it. So I try and bring my armpit around, or my arm around his arm to get his waistband. And then as I bring it up, right, you can see him get under it. But as I get my arm up, he really gets under it, and that's where he just pushes me right there. And then I fell. And he won. Now somebody did actually beat him. Instead of going at each other when the whistle blows, he just started pushing him and tired him out for a minute, and then he ended up pushing him out. But that was sweet. Asha Nishiki was dope, and then Asazakura. And then yeah, they let you get like just quick little pictures with them. And throughout the video, my girlfriend was taking photos. I like this. I like this. These two photos, is the face off and then the defeat, rubbing my hands from the dirt and him like gloating to the audience. It looks pretty sweet. How'd you gain all that weight right before the match though? Yeah, Kirby Cafe for sure, or Gear 4th. But yeah, and then yeah, pictures with the two sumos, and then at the very end you can get pictures with the sumos and the geisha. They had a geisha at the start of the show, which was pretty cool. Bro drank a lot of water. It was all water weight. Still wonder how eating that much is healthy. No offense to them. I mean, fair. It's never really healthy to be that big in weight. It's not that they're eating that much to be healthy. They're just eating that much for the sport. But they still do exercise and like take care of themselves. It's not like, that's the big thing, is it's not like sumo wrestlers just eat and eat and eat and then they throw their weight at each other. They eat and they put on weight, but then they're doing exercises, they're doing cardio, so they're still not like, it's not like they're fat and out of shape. They're fat, but they still are in a good shape. They kind of do the same thing with football here. Yeah. Like if you ever watch football, you'll see there's, I don't know the actual name of it, but it's like the line. The defensive line will usually protect the quarterback so the quarterback can get their throw off. But you'll have the line be really big guys, like lots of weight on them, both muscle and fat, because you want to be as heavy as you can so people can't push past you easier. Highest muscle pound to ratio, or muscle to pound ratio in the entire world, man. Slept on. Yeah, they're crazy. Like, props to sumo wrestlers, because that is like kind of devoting your life to it, you know? So this is the next day. My buddy's name is Ivan, so I just thought it was funny. We went to like a little shop and it just had a ton of manga, so I thought that was a cool little picture. Then we went to a card shop. It was Vanguard specific, and they just had a bunch of plaques like these on the walls with like some of the nicest art in the game. And I've been a big fan of Vanguard. It's not the most popular card game, but I thought it was kind of sweet, so I had to take a couple pictures. And then this is just a picture of kind of, you know, the daily musings of people. And then in this same building, they had a Miku cutout, racing Miku. So my girlfriend loves Miku, so she got some pictures with it. And then this is another really cool Pokemon Center. It's called Pokemon Center Mega Tokyo. There's a mall, and essentially the entire floor of this mall is all Pokemon based. So walking around, we see the Smeargle like painting on the wall. There's these wings for Ho-Oh, so I got a picture with them. And then picture of these Pokemon. This is Red's team from Silver, Heart Gold till Silver. Some ghost types, the little slugs, fighting types, fairy types, the evolutions, the pseudo legendaries, the Pikachu types, Hariyama and Stunfisk. And then they had these really cool banners where it was the starters and the legends from the regions. So here's Gen 5, Gen 6, Gen 7, Gen 8. And then I'll show the other ones in the floor looks boring as fuck. Wood plank A4. Yeah, fair. So at the entrance to the Pokemon Center, they have this Miraidon kind of coming out of the wall. It looks okay. Definitely not as cool as like the Rayquaza or the Mewtwo. Got a Tauros figure. The art on the side of this was really interesting to me, so I just mostly took a picture for that. Again, they have the Gen 9 starters. The Buzzswole plushie where you can rest on his arm. Lots of stuff going on here. There's me with Miraidon. So outside the actual Pokemon Center, they had these little like rest areas where you could kind of like lean on and whatnot, and they just had a bunch of Pokemon around them. Pikachu, Whimsicott, and Substitute. Again, more of the starters and whatnot on this rest area. So there's me with the Kanto starters. And then kind of across the way, they had the Pokemon Cafe, which is a cool little area. No 0.5 on the Pokemons. I should have. You're right. A Pikachu crossing sign. And then they had a Pokemon TCG specific store. So they had all of these outside the store, which is pretty cool. And then these two big cutouts promoting the new Mega Pokemon set. And then, yeah, here you go. Here's Gen 1. So they have the Kanto starters, Eevee and Pikachu, Mewtwo, and then Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Gen 2. And I like the older gens, so I took pictures with these banners rather than the other gens. More of the TCG. And then, yeah, Gen 3, Gen 4. This is probably my favorite banner. I like Gen 3 and Gen 4 probably the most. And then they had a Pokemon Go specific store, which was really cool because the store itself was a gym and I think a Pokemon stop. So it showed like defenders of the gym. It had a status board with like total defender stats, stuff like that. The big statues for all the team leaders for Pokemon Go. The escalator was Pokemon themed. Like everything on this floor was like Pokemon themed. It was really cool. Cord would have loved that. True. And then this one was really cool. This banner was really cool because it's Kecleons. If you know Pokemon, Kecleons have these stripes on their bellies, but they're chameleons, so they blend into the background. You can't really see it here. You can see it because of the lighting, but there was very faint, like gloss, icing. I don't know really what to call it, but you could actually see the outlines of Kecleon a lot better in person. It was really cool. And then at the Pokemon Cafe, all the suites are like Pokemon themed. So they have these Pokewaffles. I think they're supposed to be like Puffles. I can't remember. But you get the baggie of a character, and then the like Puffle is like their hair color and stuff. So it's really cool. Sorry if you don't know this, but is Chihuahua good? My friends have been trying to get me into it. Chihuahua? What's that? I have no idea what that is personally. More pictures of the Pokemon Cafe. These are what like the suites look like in real life. And then they had a garbage can, and it was Garbodor, and I thought that was really cool. And on the same floor, kind of in a corner, they had the One Piece store, the Mugiwara store. So they had a bunch going on here. Stills from the One Piece anime, like character designs. A big picture. Panda Man on the loose. They had a corner specifically for Gear 5. More Panda Man. Posters promoting Egghead. Luffy with beer. So I was like, I'm gonna hit the same pose. There's my girlfriend. They had Choppa. And then I bought this poster because this poster is pretty clean. It's all the Straw Hats. And we saw it at like every Jump store, every One Piece store, and a lot of them have it like framed. So I'm gonna try and get this one framed because it looks really nice framed. And then they had these Straw Hats just hanging from the ceiling, so I was just like, I'll kind of stand in front of it. Chikawa, I meant. The white guy? Yeah. What? Who's the white guy? Me? And then they had these on the outside of the walls, and then they had like the actual, like an entrance would be the archway through the Thousand Sunny, which is really cool. Search up Chikawa. I'm not gonna search it up. There's a new like panty and stocking anime, so they were kind of promoting that in one of the subway stations. Oh, Chikawa? I've seen that then. I know that little thing, yeah. Then we went into the movie theater on the same day here. Just to kind of see what it looked like and if we could see like a movie with English subtitles, but it didn't really look like it. But this is just kind of what that street looks like from the other angle on the escalator, which was kind of cool. And then, so that's the first week done. Then on the weekend, we checked into what's called a ryokan. So it's like the authentic Japanese living experience. And it was very small. Tatami mats on the floor, and you sleep on the bedrolls. You roll the bedrolls out. We got like a little place for placing cups and stuff. But like this window right here on the right is this same window right here. So like this is how small the room is. And then I go and I stand in this corner and I take a picture of like what this is here. So it's just like a little TV and a cupboard. That's what I look like in the room. Opinion on mochi? It's okay. We didn't really have it when I was there in Japan. I don't think we had it once, but I've had it. Japan's tiny. The room's just tiny. I got evaporated. Zzz. And then that's what the is that me? That is me. Dude, look how creepy I look. But that was a little hallway, and it would lead out of the room, and then to the right was the bathroom. So that's where I am. I'm in the bathroom. But that's what the room kind of looked like. So yeah, it was pretty sweet. Whoa, IB Probot, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you, thank you. Pan's really tiny. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me have a bite of this Spam. Thank you so much for the support, Probot. I appreciate that. So where our Ryokon was right by a riverside, and that's what this is. There was a festival pretty much the whole weekend we were at the Ryokon, which was really cool. Just got to make sure I stay #1 bit donator. Well, I appreciate that. So yeah, there was a festival. So it was really cool. It was very aesthetic. Like we would be sitting in our Ryokon room, chilling, and we could hear the festival outside, and we had anime playing on TV. Like it was just like on cable. So it was pretty cool. But this is like the area we were staying in. This is just like a picture from like when we were up in one of the malls. Then yeah, there's this gnome with this weird ass hat. It was pretty tall too. Oh, just you wait. I'm fucking broke. Give me like a year. Yuval, welcome in. How's it going? We're just talking about the Japan trip, as you could probably tell from the title. But yeah, welcome in. These are really nice photos. Well, thank you. I try my best. I knew I was going on this trip, so I literally bought a new phone to take pictures on, so I could have good quality photos. But yeah, this gnome is... I fuck with that gnome. He's a little goofy guy. I kind of like it. Not literally, please. The gnome tongue hat. Yeah, it's so weird. And it's like, it might have some significance to where it's at, but from a foreigner's perspective who doesn't really know the area, let alone the language, bro was just there. We were walking to a restaurant for the breakfast in the morning, and on the walk, like, he was just there. So yeah, and then on the walk there, just a nice little, like, they just had like a little garden area at this like business with like a little waterfall at the end. I take a bit of a video as I get closer to the little waterfall. And it was just nice. It was just peaceful. Just the sound of the waterfall. My girlfriend. Skip. Outside the restaurant that we were eating at, they had a festival going. Like they just had festivals going on all the time. So we were able to listen to like professional taiko drum players. Or not taiko. I forget what these drums would be called. Taiko's the game. I can't remember if if Taiko's the actual name for the drums though. But we heard like people playing all these drums while we were eating, so that was really cool. 0.5s. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know why I took this one. They got festivals in the summer, some sort of summer festival. Odd. No, I'm surprised with how many festivals they have. Like they're just all over. Like I know that's kind of like the thing Japan does. They have festivals, but like they had festivals. So yeah, we were just kind of walking, taking pictures. I just was like, cool. I don't know why they got the cars behind the fences. Any Hollow Knight stuff? I don't think so. Yeah, what did they have to celebrate over there? Racism? Dude, I saw a old Japanese lady like gave a look to some dude. We were in like a figure store and I was watching her and she was looking at a dude and she literally like side-eyed him and went like, look down, looked up, down, up, and like disgust on her face. And the moment he looked at her, like he started to turn, she snapped in. I was like, damn. You don't hear or face the racism, but you can see people giving like the dirty looks and stuff for sure. But like, it's not everybody. Literally the first night that we got there, we went to a rice bowl place, beef bowl place, and a Japanese guy saw that we were struggling with our chopsticks. So he went and he got us spoons, and then he started talking to my girlfriend and I in Japanese. And my girlfriend speaks Japanese, like not fluent, but like conversational. So she just started talking to him in Japanese, and they were just talking to each other. Racism in Japan's more kawaii. No, it's just as bad. It's just they don't make it's not as apparent, you know. Festival Dark Fountain. We get Jevil again. Dude, if there's a dark fountain, I would have closed that shit, promise. Yeah, and then this was just a gas station. I took a picture because this is the first gas station I saw. I was a little surprised. But then just more pictures of like the area we're walking in, right? My girlfriend. In the Ryokon, they had this Tanuki statue, and he's got big old nuts. And then this is the river area just at night. Looks very pretty. My girlfriend. And then we got sushi. So we went and tried this out. It was pretty good. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was okay. There was some sushi that I didn't like for sure, and there was some sushi that I did enjoy. But I only had this type of sushi. But I was filming all the sushis that's going by, and like, just listen to me. This way. I should have been a bit louder with it, but I was just making race car noises the whole time. Always wanted to go to Japan, but I'm very scared of the racism over there. It's like fair, but it's not as bad as some other places. Like North American racism versus racism in Japan is pretty different. They usually just give you looks. I didn't face any real racism. Like if anything, people just gave me looks behind my back and then talked about me later type deal. I'd say main thing is I was going to say this later, but since we're kind of on the topic, if you're going to go anywhere in the world, this isn't just Japan, this is anywhere in the world. If you're going to go anywhere and they don't speak your primary language, you should take it as your responsibility to learn a bit about their language. You don't have to be fluent and you don't have to be having conversations, but as long as you know enough to at least like order and say please and thank you, then they won't look at you as bad. But like the amount of times that my girlfriend would talk to the servers at restaurants and they would just, the relief on their faces every time she would be able to speak Japanese is like it was night and day. Like they would come up to us. We had one time we were at a restaurant and they just, a big thing, at least there, I haven't really traveled anywhere else where English isn't the first language. So a big thing there is they'll try and avoid interacting with English speakers as much as they can. So whenever you go into restaurants, a lot of the time you're ordering off of tablets or online menus. And we got sat down and our server in like broken English was like, please order off of the QR code. And then my girlfriend asked the server a question in Japanese. And the server was like, do you speak Japanese? And my girlfriend was like, a bit. And the amount of relief, the server went from like, do you speak Japanese to like, oh, you do? Oh, thank God. And then the server started explaining the entire menu. And then my girlfriend was like, okay, so we just order through the QR code. And the server was like, no, you can order through me. That's fine. They just want to mitigate the amount of times they interact with people who don't speak their language, which is totally understandable. From like a serving perspective, if every day you're serving someone who doesn't speak your language hundreds of times over, you probably got a little tired of that, right? So as long as you speak English as your primary language, you should be able to navigate well in Japan. It's just interacting will be a little bit harder because not everybody speaks English and it's not their job too. It's Japan. It's not, North America. They hate English speakers because the English classes they take in school suck cock. Maybe that too. Bro, I ain't going anywhere. Too much everything everywhere. Chronically online for a reason. Fair. Jumping into the first dark fountain I see, even if it's oil. Don't go to Africa. Fair. I work at a Chinese restaurant. Do you speak any like Mandarin or Cantonese? That'd be kind of cool. I only speak English. Okay. Never mind. So, second week, we went to Akihabara. So this is right outside the train station. They just have a big picture promoting Uma Musume, which was pretty cool to see. And then this is just a picture of kind of that station area. I definitely want to learn Japanese or maybe French. I don't know. Give it a shot. That's my big thing is like, if you want to go somewhere, try and learn the language. If you don't care to go somewhere but want to learn a language, just do it anyways, because like it is kind of fun. When I was in Japan, I was really jealous of my girlfriend being able to conversate with people in Japanese. Like I was like, fuck, I wish that was me. So I'm definitely like reading and writing up on Japanese, so I'm able to hopefully have a base read, write, and speak and listen level for when we go back. I'm not saying, you know, I'm going to be conversating, but at least be able to listen to what they say and hopefully pick up on some things. I know the basics, you know, arigato gozaimasu is thank you very much, right? But I'm talking like when someone asks me a question, hopefully I can pick up on something. I've studied for a bit. The words are really hard to learn at first. Yeah, it's an interesting alphabet. Do I need to learn Las Vegas language? Perhaps. It's an interesting alphabet because they have like 3 alphabets and like they have like 47 in one, 42 in another, or something like that, and then like 10,000 kanji. But like if you learn hiragana and katakana, what my girlfriend was telling me is those are like the basis, and if you can learn those, you're pretty good set off. But like kanji's, yeah, pain in the ass for sure. So surprisingly, Digimon, a Japanese product, you can't find it anywhere. It's really tough to find Digimon. So this is like one of the only things I could take a picture of for like Digimon being promoted, and they're promoting the new set Sinister Order that's coming out this September. But this card shop was cool. They had on display some of the highest rarity cards for like different games and stuff like that. I'm assuming it's highest rarity because these were all of the new like alt arts in the new Digimon set, and some of them are called SP alt arts, which is just like the highest rarity alt art. They usually go for the most. So I'm assuming they were displaying some of the highest rarities for like the new cards for each set of games, like Dragon Ball, Digimon, One Piece. Okay, I'll explain this in a moment. I know American and English. Yeah, if you're gonna go anywhere, you might want to study up a bit. Again, end of the day, you technically don't have to. You can use Google Translate. You can get them to write stuff down. I just personally, myself, hate to be the person to shove a phone in someone's face so we can communicate, you know? Especially if I'm in their country. It just feels like such a dickhead move to fly to someone's country and then shove a phone in their face to communicate. I should have, saying what I'm saying now, I should have learned more. I should have learned anything before I went to Japan. Katakana is just broken English too, which is funny. True. That shirt is tough, American Oz shirt. Yeah, I thought this was hilarious, so I took a picture of it. It's just so stupid. President. Like, it's so dumb. This is, I believe, at a Gigo. They just had a bunch of Dragon Ball merch, which was really cool to see. They got the Dragon Balls, a bunch of different... I think these are like these are the movies, but I don't think they're the actual movies. I think they're just cutouts for the movies. A watch, little figures, bunch of bigger figures here. The goats over here, top left. If Tomato Maple was here, they would love this. I can't get over the lightning on the shirt. I like how it's lightning in space hitting the Earth. Just president. That's just so... That kills me. Pokemon Frenda, there's just like big cardboard cutouts for Koraidon, Miraidon. I just thought it was cool. This was really cool. In this Gigo, so this Gigo unfortunately is like closed now. I was able to get into this Gigo and take pictures of the really cool stuff because so Gigos are arcades. Most of the Gigos don't have stuff like this, like Gundams and builds and stuff. So this is like a build for like Gundams. This is the Gigo we're in. This Gigo right here, this red one. That's the Gigo we're in Akihabara. It like just closed down like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. So this Gigo's featured in this like Gundam set, and these are just a bunch of different Gundams. Now, unfortunately, I don't know why they were here. I'm assuming they probably did something. I know this Gigo, I think, was sponsored by Sega. And now a new arcade is being built here. So it's not like the arcade's leaving. There's going to be an arcade here still. It's just this Gigo's been around for like 30 years and supported by Sega. But that's another thing. Sega is a Japanese company, and people do not give a shit about Sega there. Sega and Sonic are just not popular. Where'd you find this? Seems like some Japan stuff. You're never going to believe it. Sega exists. But yeah, they had a bunch of Gundam models in the Gigo, which was cool because they didn't have these in any other arcades, so it's quite interesting. This was just like a department store for like anime stuff. They had a pretty cool One Piece and like other figure shelves, but it's just mostly One Piece. I didn't realize the top isn't One Piece, but yeah, like the straw hats, the Sunny. some of the enemies in the back, and then like Luffy, Zoro, stuff like that. Uma Musume. Had to take pictures of like every Uma Musume. Goku. This was at the Tamashii Nation store, so this was pretty cool. I had to hit the Goku pose. Okay, guys, point out to me. Point out which one's Goku. Can you point out which one's Goku real quick? I didn't think so. I think Goku's the one on the left. Tag yourself. I'm the guy in the back. So this was a really good photo I took. I was really happy with it. No, my camera just focused on the fucking lines on the window. I wish I didn't have the... Dude, there's 2 Gokus on the screen. You can't fool me. So just the lines on the picture ruined this one a bit. But I just thought it was a cool little angle of like the sides of the buildings as the sun's kind of setting for the day. Dude, the sun set mad early. It's like 8:12 for me right now. The sun isn't set here. When I landed in Japan, we landed at like 5:45ish and like departed the airport at like 6:20, I want to say, maybe 6:10. But we're in this train going from the airport to main city Tokyo. And we're like wow, like it looked dark out, but I was like, oh, I think we're just in a tunnel. So I waited a bit till we were out of the tunnel, and then I saw the like street lights and lights inside buildings, and I was like, okay, we're out of the tunnel. Maybe there's just like a filter, like a dark filter on the train, because the planes on the plane ride there, they like dim the lights so people can sleep. So I was like, oh, maybe the train's doing that with the windows. No, the sun sets at like 6 there. It's insane. Is that a slide across the street? No, that's a roof. Is that a fence on the top of the building? I mean, I don't doubt that they have them on the top of the building, but this was in a window. Okay, let me explain. When we checked into our hotel on the second day, or on the second week, we were on floor 9, and our hotel room was 911. So I was like, okay, I gotta take a picture of that. Chris, do you remember 9/11? Do you remember it, Chris? So now we're officially in Akihabara. So Akihabara, if you like games, if you like anime, you like cards, you like collectibles, Akihabara is a pretty good spot. It is definitely the touristy spot. Like, you go to Akihabara to get all of these things easily accessible, but they usually are a little bit more expensive than they would be in other places because it's the touristy area. So like you can find cards easily, but the cards are a little bit more expensive. So this was just a card shop. It just had like really cool stuff. Like it had the chase card is this Pikachu worth like $29,000. Or no, sorry, 2,900. No. $8, $98. Okay, yeah, 2,900. It's got this like Eevee set. It's got these old freaking chase card sets for like the old Pokemon. So it was just a nice little card shop. Bro, my local casino had an ad I heard today that said September 11th is a lucky day for some reason. I'm still confused. Maybe for some. This was really sweet. In Akihabara, there is a big Warhammer and cafe shop. I'm trying to get to the end here so I can show off like the intro. Warhammer store and cafe Tokyo. This store was huge. Super cool. Tons of figures. Or sorry, models. And these are all hand painted. This is all hand painted. This is from the new Warhammer game, new Space Marine 2 game. This is Titus. And just like dreadnoughts. These are all, again, hand painted. They had these big battle arenas. And when we walked in, the guy was like, do you know how to play? And I was like, no. And he's like, come here. So he brought us over to this table, and he like kind of showed us how to play. A very, very watered down version of how to play, but fun nonetheless. Tons of cool pictures. 0.5 the dreadnought. But yeah, it's just to me, it's just amazing how much time and effort goes into like a craft like Warhammer, because they have to glue all these pieces together and then paint all these pieces. Like this is a bunch of individual pieces. It does not come out of the box like this. You have to glue everything together and then paint everything. It's just hours and hours of love and passion and patience. So it's just really cool to see. a lot of the finished products. And at this store, they had these were like winners in, you know, the Rusty Nurgling 2024 is like an event they do, and this won gold in the Titanic class, which was really cool. Did you win? Yeah, we won. We beat his army. 29,800 yen Pokemon card is $201. That's what Google told me. Maybe that's supposed. 800 yen would be $8. 98 would be $98. So that would be $300. Sorry, not 2,000. I'm an idiot. So it's 300 in yen. The one you're looking at might be a bit different. I'm not too sure. This may be a dumb and very off-topic question, but are you an ally or part of the LGBTQ community? Asking because of your PFP. Valid and fair. I'm an ally. I like, if you're an ally, you're not a part, right? Yeah, so I guess I'd be an ally of the community. I set it up for Pride Month, and then I just haven't changed it. I kind of keep forgetting. It was one of those things where I was like, I'll keep it afterwards, because I think it's goofy how corporations will change their logos to be rainbow for Pride, right? And then the moment, the minute the clock strikes midnight on the next month, they change their profile picture back to normal. So I kept it for a little while after the month because I was like, well, I'm not going to change it immediately after. It feels kind of weird. Like, yeah, it's only the month, but like, it kind of feels like you just support for the month. So I've just kept it, and then I've just forgot to change it back. So it's been sitting there for a while. I have the yen to dollars pulled up. Well, yen to American is a bit different than yen to Canadian as well, Klondike. New Pride Month this month. New Pride Month unlocked, guys. Have fun. Boom Decca's Nazwagon is best thing in Warhammer. Okay, so that's probably an Orcs thing, right? I don't know what it is, though. Oh, yeah, I forgot I'm too tired for this. You're all good. Usually the Canadian to yen is, like, almost exact. Like, if it's, like... like, that card would probably be $298 Canadian, but it'd probably be just a tiny bit below. Like, it'd be, like, 296 Canadian type deal. This was cool. This is my boy Lagaya Chris. He's finally out of Monster Hunter jail because... he debuted in like Monster Hunter on the Wii, and then we never saw him again until he was recently put in Wilds. So I just took a picture for my goat. Look at how big this Miku is. It was insane. It's not for sale, sadly. Don't touch, please. But yeah, that Miku was huge. Went into this store. This store was just cool to me. They just had like the Frieza forms in a row, like how he appeared in the anime. Like he's in the second form, third form, final form, or like fourth form, then final form powered up. Then when he dies, he comes back as Mecha Frieza, and then when he dies again, he comes back as Golden Frieza. So I just liked how it was all neat. And then it's all the Ginyu Force as well up here. Like, it just looks good. It's actually the fridge aisle. True. The Monkey Collection. Wait, wrong guy. That's up here. Monkey Collection's up here. See, right above. Monkey Collection. But I just like how they had their stuff ordered. Same thing here. Dragon Ball, Goku in Saiyan Saga, Vegeta Saiyan Saga. I just don't think they had the figures to keep it going, but it just looks it looks neat. So this was a hobby shop trader. These are all different floors. Blu-ray DVDs, PC games, character goods, model kits, figures, stuff like that. I just thought that was a cool picture. Dude, they had these things called taiyaki. Goated. So cool. So taiyaki is like a pastry. Normally it just looks like a normal fish, and the filling is normally like red bean paste. But I got really lucky. When we went there's some kind of like Magikarp Pokemon crossover. So the taiyaki, instead of being normal fish, it's just a Magikarp, and instead of being red bean paste, it was chocolate filling. So that was it was so good. It was really just chocolate pudding inside of like a warm pastry, but it was so cool. It was so good. What a great variety. Dragon Ball and more Dragon Ball. Bulma is monkey. I didn't say Bulma's a monkey, okay? This store just had all these Haikyuu little guys. And then the freaking Yujiro in the side just kills me. The contrast of like, oh, so kawaii Yujiro Hanma. So it's pretty funny. I've always wanted to try one of these. This was I don't know what normal taiyaki would be like. My girlfriend told me it's disgusting, and I got really lucky that I got one that had chocolate filling, and that it was actually good, because she told me normal ones are disgusting. So I'm kind of tempted to try a normal one, because the pastry was really good. I enjoyed the pastry. It was really good. If you go to Japan and these are around, definitely try one. That one Wano arc in One Piece makes me really want to try red bean soup. Fair. Told you they swim better out of water. I also have a friend who likes Haikyuu, so I just took pictures of this. And then I have a buddy who likes Sakamoto Days, so I took pictures of those. Took a video. This is crazy. This video is crazy. This is the same cabinet, okay? This is the same cabinet. So you have cutesy Haikyuu up top. You have the Sakamoto's right below it. At the very bottom, boom! Insane. I don't really have many pictures or videos of stuff like this, but just know it is everywhere, okay? This one's hilarious to me. You could win these Kirby plushies on the claw machines here, but just the way they have them, like, fucking choked out. They're hanging him, bro. They hung Kirby. I don't know you could do that. No, Kirby. More pictures of my girlfriend. This is cool. It's just like a train track that goes over top here. I just liked it. They hung him. They lynched him. Like, dude. Like, it just kills me. So here's me with the Pokemon Frienda. I was too tall to, like, get into the picture properly, so I had to squat down like an idiot. So yeah, this proves that I'm not 1'1", because I was too tall. I had to shrink down. The claw machines suck, apparently, according to the shorts. Hey, you should see the new short. Then I got these goats, Gogeta and Vegito. $20 a piece. 40 total for the two of them. It's what a good deal. These things are actually huge. And then, okay, this is the coolest part ever. We went to a maid cafe. Guys, you're in Japan, go to a maid cafe. I know it's like kind of the thing to do, but like if you have like a little bit of like, I don't know, it's kind of lame, I don't think I want to go. Shut up. Go to a maid cafe. They are so fun. So you can get different drinks. Ketchup on the omu rice. Oh my god, yeah. So you can get drinks that would have foam on the top. And the reason you would get those is so that they can draw stuff on the foam. Same with the omu rice. If you get omu rice, they draw with ketchup. And then these are the other meals you could get. You could get curry. So what we ended up doing is we got the foamy lattes. So my girlfriend got this one, and the maid was like, what do you want me to draw? And my girlfriend's like, can you do Pikachu? Because the maid did like humble brag about being good at Pikachu. And she proved it. She was good at Pikachu. And then she asked me, she's like, what do you want? And I was going to say Bulbasaur, but I was like, eh. So I was like, can you just draw a dog? So she drew a really good dog. Like, that's really good. So that's them side by side. And then I got the omu rice, and I asked the maid to do a cat. So I got a little kitty cat. And then my girlfriend got the puppy curry. So that's them next to each other. Very cute. And then we destroyed them. Demolished. Dead. I like to imagine they dropped Peter Griffin on it. True. But yeah, there were some other menu items. So in the dessert menu, you could have got this like strawberry like milkshake, I think it is. Very cute. And then you could have got these like pancakes or yeah, the Sweet Little Prince sundae. Sorry, this is the Sweet Little Princess sundae. And then the Sweet Prince sundae. Pardon me. And then you can take photos with the maids. So we do have photos. Now, when you go in, I'm a big rule stickler, okay? I like to obey the rules because I'm a good person, okay? So they had like, please don't film or photograph the maids. So I don't have any photographs of the maids. I have my Polaroid with the maid, but it's my girlfriend and me in the Polaroid, so I won't show it on stream right now. I know I've shown my girlfriend a bunch of times, but for the maid sense, because they say please don't take pictures of the maids, so I'm not going to show it. I would never break the law. I'm Superman. But yeah, so you can get a picture with the maids. And it's cool because when you can buy like food set, drink set, but then you can buy the photo set, and the photo set comes with a photo with the maid of your choice as well. You don't always have to go with the maid that's like serving you. Food and then drink as well. So we got the photo set. So we got photos with the maids. And then that exact day happened to be my girlfriend's birthday. So she got the choice between cheesecake for her birthday or a photo with all of the maids. So it was pretty cool. She got a photo with all the maids, and then the maids called me up. So I was in the photo with all the maids at the same time. So it was pretty cool. You guys got to go to a maid cafe. You might think it's goofy or something, but it's actually really fun, okay? One thing too, this is crazy. So this cafe, they have like a returning like customer reward system. So when you go, you get a bronze key. And then after you visit 5 times, the bronze key turns into a silver key. Then after you visit 50 times, it turns into the gold key. Then after you visit 200 times, it turns into a platinum key. And then after you visit 500 times, it turns into like a diamond key or like a crystal key. Then after you visit 1,000 times, it turns into a black key or something like that. Or it might be 2,000 times. Then after you visit 5,000 times, it turns into a super black key. Now you guys are probably like, 5,000? That's whatever. Not that big of a deal. If you went every day until you hit 5,000 visits, that would take you 13.6 years. Just over 13 and a half years to become a super black member. Now, why am I stressing the importance of this? Because there's like 97 super black members. On the way outside are like at the entrance, above the doorways to go into the cafe, they have plaques with people's names on it. And the plaques are in gold with the people's names engraved into it. There's 97 super black members. 97 people have gone 5,000 times. If you went twice every day, that's still 6.5 years till you're a super black member. It's insane. So, anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about with that. All that for a plaque. Well, you get different stuff. You get benefits for going so often, and you get discounts. So, like, as you go so often, the food does get cheaper, stuff like that. But, like, it is a little crazy, in my opinion, to go that many times. But that's just people's hobbies. Like, my hobby, I like to stream, right? I use my free time to stream and play video games. Other people's hobbies are maid cafes. So, but a little excessive, in my opinion. But let me see. Yeah, why would you do this? Why would you want to go? So in Japan, the culture is very like isolating and private. So when you go to the maid cafes, you have like a personal experience with the maid. They talk to you the whole time and they chat with you and everything, and you can take photos and stuff with them. So it is really for them going out and having dinner and having that human connection and interaction without having to like have friends, you know, which is kind of weird. Like everybody at the cafe could be separated into 2 groups. Anybody that was in a group of people was a foreigner. And then if you looked around and you saw people there by themselves, they were pretty much always Asian. I'm not going to say they were only Japanese, but they were Asian. There, I don't think we saw a single foreigner that was there like by themselves. So it's at least Japanese people for sure go by themselves. Why would you like to talk to people? That's like, I have you guys. It's the maids are nice. The maids are chill. Like we chatted with the maid, and we went in, and I was kind of skeptical about it, and then now I've come out, and I'm like, this rocks. Was the food good quality, or would you be going for the experience? Both. Honestly, the food was good. The only downside to the food is there's only 2 items. It's the omu rice and the curry. Those are like the 2 items. So once you go there for the food once, you've had the food once. It's good. It's not amazing, but it's good. But like me and my girlfriend were talking, and we're like, I'm pretty sure if you go, like, you're just getting drinks if you're like going to become like a super black member and stuff. Oh yeah, so here's the card. So yeah, you can rank up. Your key will rank up to silver on your 5th visit. Earn extra points with each visit towards your total, and you can get your like level. So that's what the bronze key looks like, and it came in a sleeve. So like they take their shit seriously. But yeah, so that's some of the maids, but this is just like on a piece of paper that we could take home. So I thought it'd be okay to take a picture. But yeah, that's the maid cafe. If you go to Japan, go to these. They're all over the place in Akihabara. The one I went to is At Home Cafe. It was a good one. I recommend it. But if you want to try another one because it looks interesting, go for it. But yeah, so this was kind of just outside the At Home Cafe. It was like on the 3rd floor of a building. Again, everything in Japan is tiered up. Like there's buildings with like 15 floors. If you're looking for a card shop, there's a good chance you just have to look up at signs on the sides of buildings to see what floor you're on. No, Luffy. Yeah, he fell apart. But that's what he looks like built. So I got these as well. I got these figures because I thought they were pretty dope. I looked really hard for a laughing Gear 5 Luffy, so I was happy to find it. Why is there a tree 5 stories up? Hey, man. Aesthetic. Japan does like its greenery. There was one park. I should have got more pictures of it, but this entire park was like on a roof of like a building, and the entire park was just covered in greenery. And then below the park was like a whole like restaurant. It was really cool. I should have got like a proper video of it. We will be having ads starting soon again. I didn't realize it would take this long to talk about my Japan trip, but I'm enjoying it. So we're going to wait out these ads. And then when we come back from the ads, we'll finish up the Japan trip, because we're getting close to the end here. Because this is Akihabara, which is the second week. So yeah. I thought the ads would start sooner. That's my bad. Okay. Well, I'll keep going till they start. This was just like on a billboard in Akihabara. Again, like they just have stuff everywhere for like big titty anime girls. So that was just like on the side of the street. Like you're crossing the street here and it's just looking at you. Oh, ad started. Okay, there we go. Gooner City, so true. Honestly, it kind of is Gooner City. Imagine being a child and looking up at that shit. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I have a story time for when the ads are over. But dude, some of these shops do not have like good like 18 plus protection. It's actually insane. 20-second ad? What? I'm getting ripped off? What the fuck? Hey, I guess that's what happens when you don't stream for 2 weeks, you know? I'm just clearing some notifications here. Pan stream more often. Sorry, I'll go to Japan last, dog. Dude, I gotta move to Japan. I don't mean to sound like every white anime enjoyer ever, but that might be the play. I'll buy you a vlog camera. Can we do Gartic phone next Marble Monday? Can you guys hear me? Are ads done for all of you guys? Yes, marbles. Aren't we doing marbles today? We'll see. We'll see how much time we have left in the stream today, but we might not. I hear you loud and clear. Okay, well you have a sub, so shut up. You have a sub, Buster. You get to watch for free. That's the perk of being a mod. Garlic phone. I don't no I don't know if we'll do Gartic phone next Monday, because the thing is, I haven't streamed in a while. We haven't made any progress in the games that we have on the schedule, so I don't really want to postpone the games any longer than we already have right now, if that makes sense. I'd like to get back into the flow of playing the games before we start doing stuff like Gartic phone and whatnot. Aren't there also like nude magazines in like every convenience store? I heard that it's common for people to just look at that in the store. I don't know about that, but then again, I wasn't really looking at the magazine sections in convenies. Are we doing 2 marbles or 1 and 2 get subs? I think we'll do first and second place. He owes us marbles. I mean, yes, I just don't know if we'll do it today. It might have to wait till the Friday. Fair enough, plus I really want to see you play Look Outside. Yeah, and again, like I was saying earlier, I don't think we'll get to look outside until a little bit later as well, because we just have 2 games on the docket already. Okay, so yeah, continuing on, I just took a picture because it's One Piece. I like One Piece. What are we doing Friday? We'll probably get back to Terraria, and if we don't do marbles today, we'll do marbles on Friday. So next, we went into the Tamashii Nations store. So Tamashii Nations, I wasn't really sure what they had. It's pretty much like all Gundams with the occasion of a couple things. So we're just going to be ripping through some sick-ass Gundams right now. Like, just really well done. Really nice models. I always like the Angel Gundams. This is just the classic. I like this one, Gundam Factory Yokohama. Now, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think foreigners are banned from entering this Gundam Factory in Yokohama because they don't want to deal with, like, over-tourism and stuff. So they've just straight up banned tourists. But yeah, this is just a nice model. And they just have really nice Gundam models. Like, look how pretty some of these are, man. Wait, sorry to interrupt, but why can't we do Gartic Phone on Marble Day? Because Gartic is a whole thing. It's a lot longer than Marbles. Like, if you're saying in replace of Marbles, Gartic is a lot longer. And if we're going to do Gartic, I'd rather dedicate one stream to it rather than, like, 30 minutes, you know? So we can actually get, like, a proper playtime on Gartic and some good stuff. And people aren't forced to, or, like, what's the word? Just, like, pressured to, like, get their art done for Gartic. This was one of my favorite Gundam models. It's really cool. It's like the Gundam model, but it's in, like, the station being repaired. Like, you see all these little guys working on stuff, working on the weapons. You have, like, I forget the name, like the balcony system that you can step on and you can, like, repair the Gundam from here. Same on the side. And then this big guy's got his own as well. They have, like, zero gravity suits where they're able to float and, like, work on the Gundam from the zero gravity suits and shit. It's kind of sweet. So, like, you have this layout here where it's kind of, like, more rigid. You still have the zero gravity suits, but they just don't seem apparent. But then you have this one where they're just, like, sprawled all over it. It's really cool. I mean, Marbles would be 30 minutes max, or at least an hour 30 Gartic. I mean, we'll probably take longer on Gartic, if anything. Everybody likes Gartic. They're asking for more, so. And again, just more Gundams. I'll stream past most of this because it is just, like, Gundams and shit. Yeah, but you said it would be 30 minutes. Like, ballpark. I don't know. Plus, I don't want to... The thing is, I don't want to do Marbles until more people are here because that gives more people a chance to get a sub, you know? So I think I'll probably postpone it till Friday anyway so that I can put in the announcements that I'm going to do it on the Friday so people show up for Marbles. I might do it at the start of the stream, though, instead of at the end. We'll see. Kind of depends. But there's this really sick Gear 5th Luffy. Average streams are over 2 hours, so probably 2 hour Gartic. I want people to get, like, maximum amount of worth from a sub for, like, a month type deal. It is all. Because the thing is, like, with Marbles, too, we also do, like, the specific roles in the Discord of John Marble. So I want them to have the role for more than, like, a couple weeks. He's min-maxing Marble. Yeah. Master Sword. Pretty sweet. Pretty big, too. This Gear 5th Luffy. And, of course, we 0.5'd him. Stardust Dragon. Pretty sweet. All the Saint Seiya stuff. You guys don't know Saint Seiya. I'm gonna put you on to some shit. More Gundams. More Saint Seiya stuff. These ones were cool. I was tempted to buy one, but I didn't. This Evangelion poster on the side of a building was pretty sweet. Marbles at the beginning would give you the sub for the stream, but at the end you would have more viewers. That's the thing. That's where I'm, like, kind of weighing it. Girlfriend. Me and girlfriend. Some guy was like, hey, do you want a picture? And I was like, sure. That's me winning the Schmeat. Thank you for that, Jake. My girlfriend... This one was really funny. I'm going to show this one for a moment and explain it. My girlfriend was like, take a picture of me, but make it look like I'm playing the Crane game. So that's why she's just, like, sitting there. Exposed. I tried to win one of these, but I put in like $1. I only tried once. But I tried to win one of these because if I won like the sands, I would have gave it away and done like a giveaway. I thought it would be fun. We went to this restaurant and they had a little robot and he brought you your food. It was so cool. It was so cute. He was like a little cat too, like cat face design. Loved this guy, gal, cat, and then gone. See you later. I was like, bye-bye. Arigato gozaimasu. And it just leaves. Goes to get filled up with more food. See? It's a little cat with a little tie-in suit. I ordered dessert. Whoa! Guys, we're not calling him the hard R. Chill out. No, no, no. Genshin Impact car. Ganyu from Genshin Impact. This was sweet. Good Smile Racing Team Miku vehicle. This was cool. This was just a station. Like, these are just to promote a station. This isn't like an anime or anything specific. It's just to promote Shinamachi Station. Art. Yeah, I just liked the art style, and then it was just for a station. Here's a shrine. It's called Suga Shrine. Now, why Suga Shrine is important? If anyone here has seen Your Name, these are the stairs from the very end of the movie when the two protagonists, main characters, find each other after all those years, and then they run to the staircase and they go up and down it, and they're nervous, and then about halfway through the staircase they turn around and ask each other can I ask your name? Goated movie. Sorry, I just spoiled the ending. But if you haven't seen Your Name, watch it. It's a really, really good movie. Really good art. Like the animation's just gorgeous. And the movie's got a really good story. It made me tear up every time I've watched it. But yeah, so these photos are just the shrine stairs. There we go. And then everybody was waiting to take pictures of it. So I just took a picture of everybody waiting to take a picture of the stairs. Here's a cicada in the tree. Big ass bug. Bro was loud as hell. Pan was looking cute that day. So here's a picture of the actual shrine from the outside. Yeah, just nice gate. The birds, that's a big thing. They have tons of birds there. Good evening, God Tamer. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. It's been a hot minute. Haven't streamed in a hot minute, so I hope you're doing good. But the birds in Japan, dude, they do not give a shit about people. There's birds in New York and stuff, and they'll get out of the way of people, but they'll be cool with people around. These birds don't give a shit. They'll come walk up to you and be like, "What do you?" They'll come try and rob you. It's hilarious. So yeah, the birds are pretty chill in Japan, especially the pigeons. Big ass balls on this tanuki, just outside a restaurant. I just thought this was hilarious. This was cool. This One Piece poster was really cool, or not poster, but billboard. I just thought it was really cool. Gear 5th Luffy hitting the pose. Okay, my bad. So this is a cool thing we're going to be going through in a moment here. Silk Song tomorrow? Yes. Are you excited, God Tamer? I got attacked by a goose in Michigan over Labor Day. Dude, geese are terrifying. If you ever get the chance to go to Japan, Team Lab Planets is pretty cool. They got some pretty cool stuff. They've got different exhibits that you kind of walk through. So the first one we did was water, where you take your shoes off and you're walking down this hallway, and then you get to this part where you have to go up, and it's a ramp where water's coming down. You go up it, you're about ankle deep in the water, just a nice little waterfall. And then you clean off your feet, go into this next room. This room is foam balls. What if you slip? Hold on to the handrail. Do you slide down? It's like Mario 64. But then the next room's these foam balls. that you can like step on and like you just sink into it. The whole room is like foam. Like you would look around and you just have kids like nose diving into the ground because like it's just soft. And then next you had these hallways just like pitch black except for these like red lights. They added slopes to Silk Song. Okay, that's kind of sweet. And then these rooms would be pitch black and they would just lead into the new exhibits. And this one was cool. You had lights from the roof streaming down all the way to the floor. And the floor and the roof and the walls were all mirrors. So you just had these infinite lights going on forever. So I guess seizure warning. Dog warning. My bad. No, I showed the dogs on stream. Am I going to stream Silk Song? Probably not on release. Maybe a couple months afterwards. So yeah, this was cool. A very pretty location. What was the void? It's just mirrors. Girlfriend. Lots of pictures of the girlfriend. Yeah, it was just really, really cool. And there was a kid. You can get the app on your phone, and then if you get the app, you can actually kind of control how the lights operate. So there was this kid. We got to the very exit, and there was this kid like on their phone controlling it, like 7-year-old. And I was like, "You're doing this?" And the kid was like, "Yep." And I was like, "Dang, good job." And the kid was like, "Thanks." It's just the hallway. I was like, "You got to take a picture of me at the end of this hallway, and it kind of looks like a boss fight." So that's what we got. Nightmare King Grim all hallway. My girlfriend was like, Amori hallway. It's like fair. And then yeah, there's a part where the water goes from like another area has water, and the water goes from like your ankles to like your knees really damn quick. But then look at this. All the water is like they have projections from the roof onto the water. So it was really cool because like you had no, it's not the come way. But it was really cool because like you can see like the projections of like koi fish and stuff. Yeah, see, you'd have koi. So there was a point where I was standing still, and then I had like 15 koi fish like come after me. But then after I took this video, I put my phone down. I put my phone in my pocket because I was like, I don't want to drop it in this shit. So I didn't. I left it in my pocket till we got to the next room, which was these big ass balls. Pan loves his girlfriend. I don't have a phone to take photos of my girlfriend, but the does have a photo of me. A point. But is that supposed to say? But she? Huh? I'm gonna leave now. Okay. See you, contact. Too tired to be here. Fair enough. Thanks for joining, man. I hope you have a good rest of the night. Name change time. What'll it be? Pan shorts be like. Okay, dog. I did not promise a milking stream, dog. So the ballroom was okay. This next room was really cool though. The entire walls were covered in like black blankets. And they just like put these projections of flowers in the room. So like you would just lay down in the room and look up at the roof, and it would just be this. So we laid down in this room for like 5-10 minutes. It was pretty peaceful. It was really nice. So yeah, there's just a picture of it. Very, very nice room. And then that was mostly it for the water exhibits. And then this went into... Man, Japan got all this stuff. You can't even get high there. It is illegal. John Condag. I don't know yet. Going to wait for a boss name from Silk Song. Fair enough. But this is gardens, and these plants would move when you were near. I don't know how they would move. Like how they would sense you are near and they would move. But they would retract. So like these people are here, so they're up, so you can actually like walk through the garden. This one's just gonna be tons of photos of my girlfriend. And then this was the moss garden area. You had these beans, and you could actually like move the beans. They were like, yeah, you can interact with the beans, but don't touch the moss. I tried to take like one of those album photos. It didn't really work out, but that's okay. Girlfriend and me, girlfriend. And then what's this? Oh, this room was pretty cool. So this is the forest. So these walls were reactive. So whenever you touched them, whatever was nearby would like spread. So it was pretty sweet because you could do some cool stuff. My girlfriend tried to make it like have an outline of her. It didn't really work. But I was at some point, I was like, I'd pretend to be like anime protagonist and like super punch and punch the wall and then they'd all fly away. It was pretty cool. But this was the forest area. It was pretty interesting. They had a bunch of stuff like just happening. Like, I don't know what was going on. I didn't realize this was like a trampoline. So then when I stepped on it, I was like, oh shit, bouncy. Meltan Augard, true. Eat the moss? No. But it's cool because they just have like shit happening. Like they just have a whale on the wall. More of my girlfriend. This was an interesting area. It was like an interactive table. It was okay. This one I set up a trap for these little guys. They'd hit the mushroom and then they'd bounce back and then they'd keep going to the left. So they'd hit the mushroom, bounce back, and then keep going to the left. So eternal damnation. My bad. This one was actually like tough. This shit was trippy. And these like footholds were really small. So you just had to walk across. It wasn't anything crazy. You weren't gonna die if you fell. But it was cool. Me and a friend made a map in Roblox. Nice. What is it? This room was cool. You would step on these things, and then once you step on all of them, like the room like explodes. So you see they didn't really do it that well. But if I go back, you see how it's doing that reactiveness. It's because someone like just finished. But yeah, it was a cool room. Very like trippy. It's what's the word for it? Blacklight rooms. Yeah, see, I was showing off my shirt. It's a map in a game named Piggy. How so? What's it do? This was cool. This was like a forest where you could like catch these animals and put them onto your phone if you had the app. And then you could like release them on different parts of the walls. So they had like forest areas, swamp areas, underwater areas. I 0.5 the shark. It didn't work that well, but that's okay. The shark was really fat. The shark proportions were weird in this room, but it was really cool. They had fish on the floor. The one-stroke bench, classic. And then this just was the outside area. Team Lab Planets, Tokyo. Pretty cool place. If you're ever going to go, I'd recommend it. Can't say? Okay. And then, yeah, we got on the bus, and the bus was packed, so I was standing at the front, and I got a pretty cool shot of just, like, riding into the city. This was kind of cool. River. We did some temples. Shrines, I should say. Oh, yeah, so here we did ring making. So me and my girlfriend made some rings that we're wearing. It's pretty sweet. And in the meantime, while they were being made, we just kind of strolled around and saw this, like, caricature building. The Rock, Miyazaki, from, like, all the Ghibli films. You can see him in the cloud, the floating island. He's way in the back as, like, Haku and Chihiro, Totoro, the moving castle. Down here is Princess Mononoke. Very detailed. This big-ass crow was, like, just right beside us, cawing. Didn't move. I was a little scared of him. That's the sky tree we were at, just from further away. Oh, yeah, I did one of the punch machines. I did okay. I don't remember saving this. It's just chocolate almonds. It's just a box of chocolate almonds. And then another punch machine. What the fuck? And then sharks? Oh, these are Snapchat. See you soon. Sounds good, God Tamer. Thanks so much for joining. Okay, and that's it. Thank you so much for joining, God Tamer. I appreciate it. I think this is a good kind of spot to end, though. I've exhausted my pictures, and it seems like most people have left for today. But yeah, that was my Japan trip. I had tons of fun. I can't wait to go back. I'm gonna explore a lot more on all the other trips. This one was a pretty chill trip, just in Tokyo. Still did quite a bit. Um, but yeah, so thank you so much to everybody who joined me today. Thank you for supporting me. You guys are amazing. I hope to see all you guys on the Friday when we're going to come back to Terraria and play some more Terraria. Get back into it after like I guess technically probably 3 weeks. Pretty much, yeah. So that'll be pretty fun. So make sure to join back for Terraria on the Friday. And yeah, thanks so much for everybody who joined. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Bye bye.